Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your main man Steven back again. I'm not feeling the best, but I'll still have to get the content out to you guys. The Premier League predictions 2025, 2026, early predictions, guys. Might have to change it halfway through the season. We'll have to see the transfer market. I think it's still not done. But yeah, Leeds, well, Burnley and Sunderland are the newly promoted teams that I have going down, but Leeds are the most likely to stay up, in my opinion. They can definitely get some signings in, and Nanto and Manor Solomon can definitely do the business for them. I think Bamford is still there, if I'm not mistaken. Still have to get used to the players staying and going. The transfer mark moves very fast these days. But yeah, Wolves that have just survived, they can definitely go down without Cunha and Pedro Neto, who they lost and couldn't replace. And especially, yeah. So definitely it's going to be tough for Wolves. And yeah, as for West Ham, I think they will finish 16th. It's because they definitely struggled with a lot of injuries last season. And yeah, it's Graham Potter's first season in charge of West Ham. Since yeah, he had some spells at Chelsea in the past and former Brighton manager, of course. So it's gonna take time to adapt. The West Ham squad does look very nice, but they didn't really use Ivan Ferguson the best last season, and now he's out to Roma, I think. So definitely, yeah, West Ham. Yeah, I think finished 16th. Everton, it's the end of Goodson Park. They moved to their new stadium, and Everton is a team that always stays up. As much as I predict them to go down, they always prove me wrong and stay up, even with that point deduction. I think last season or 2 seasons ago, they still stayed up. So they're that kind of team that, yeah, will stay up. But towards the bottom, like lower half of the table. So yeah. Bournemouth, on the other hand, I think Bournemouth definitely will suffer a lot, especially in defense, losing Hoyson to Real Madrid and Kirkes to Liverpool, my team Liverpool, in one window. It's very hard for them. And yeah, Evan Nilsson is not like a Solanke who keeps bagging the goals back in the day. So definitely they're missing something. Sinistera and Somenu might even be linked with move away, you never know. So this Bournemouth team will be quite depleted. But they still are a very underrated team and still have their class. So definitely I don't see Bournemouth going down. So yeah. Fulham, yeah. Also another thing. Will Emil Smith Rowe even stay? Adama Traore, Raul Jimenez, these guys have to do the business. Saskia Lucic and co. Tom Kearney. But yeah, definitely Fulham. They used to be a yo-yo team, but recently under Marco Silva, they're showing their class, and yeah, I think pretty much mid-table team. So yeah. Manchester United, on the verge of getting Seska, kind of upset that Klopp's advice didn't work that way, but yeah, signed Mateus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo, of course. So from the bottom, like lower half of the table teams, and weakening Brentford and Wolves, but I don't think they have enough squad depth other than Bruno in that midfield. So yeah, Casemiro is good, but he's not the same as he was at Real Madrid. So I don't know. It's mainly that midfield that Man United need to fix up. They're linked with, I think, Carlos Baleba. from Brighton, so that would be interesting. How I had Brighton, um, how I had Brighton finish above them is by all means, but oh yeah, I got this order wrong actually. Crap. Palace I had 12 actually. Um and then push up Forest to 8 and Brentford. Everything else is yeah. Yeah, just reverse Bradford and United and Palace in United's place, and that's yeah, I kind of screwed up that, but it is early predictions after all. But yeah, so yeah, some of these predictions are tough to arrange. Definitely tough. Forest. As for Bradford, they're gonna struggle. The Bees are gonna struggle. Definitely struggle this season. Um, Definitely without my Bremo. Will they get any more signings to try to replace Bremo? Left to be seen. It's gonna be tough. Quite the player there. Since Ivan Toney left Bradford, so definitely, yeah. All that's left is Johan Wissa for Bradford and Kevin Schade, I think. Norgard gone to Arsenal, so it's gonna Bradford is gonna have a tough season, but I think they will stay in the Premier League still. So Forest, on the other hand, yeah, Anthony Elanga left, and keeping Gibbs White will definitely help the Midlands team indeed, and definitely Chris Wood isn't getting any older, isn't getting any younger. Pardon me, and yeah, Hudson-Odoi and co. But I think Nuno Espirito Santos men with European football will definitely be interesting for them. Definitely interesting for them. Palace, on the other hand, is another tricky situation. Won the FA Cup over City, and then have a trouble getting into Europa League um, because of ownership issues, dual owners, and then you're either in the Conference League or the Europa League. They better get that sorted out sooner. Eze linked with Arsenal. Will they keep him? Mateta was linked with Liverpool as well, so we will see how this goes. A lot of links to bigger clubs as well, so definitely it's going to be interesting to see. But Palace is always that mid-table team for me. 12. They finished 12 last season. I expect them to finish 12th again. So yeah, the Eagles will just soar high under any weather, just like the Seagulls as well of Brighton. Tottenham, Europa League winners getting Champions League. Uh, sacking Ange Ball and getting Thomas Frank as new manager. Thomas Frank is definitely a decent manager. Did well at Brentford since they got promoted to the Premier League. Yeah, but they lost Son. That might be a big issue. And yeah, signed Kudus, but couldn't, I think, have some financial issues with the Morgan Gibbs White deal, so it collapsed. And now he's staying at Forest, so definitely, yeah, but they have to keep their defenders fit. And maybe, yeah, they have to keep the defenders fit and maybe sign some more. So, definitely intriguing to see how Tottenham do back in the Champions League. But yeah. Um, Aston Villa, I think, finished sixth for me. Aston Villa, Unai Emery, definitely good. I don't know if they kept Asensio. I don't think they did. I think he left. So yeah, but they still have the quality. How did they still keep Watkins, man? Highly linked with the other clubs as well. Other Premier League clubs want him. And yeah, definitely they will have to try to keep some of their players. Tillemans is good. And yeah, I have to remember some of these transfers who left, and yeah, I have to get back on track this new season. But yeah, I think Aston Villa finished sixth. I think they have European football as well, so unlucky to lose to PSG. Eventually, Champions League winners last season, so definitely, I think good evening, Unai Emery will get European football yet again for Villa. Newcastle keeping Isaac away from a crazy spending spree by Liverpool is impressive. Elanga there with Isaac. How long will he stay? I don't know. By the end of the summer, will he be gone? Probably not. Big decision by the board. Signing Aaron Ramsdale is quite the thing. I don't think Aaron Ramsdale will relegate Newcastle, because Newcastle has definitely got the squad depth and the players. Eddie Howe definitely doing the business. Harvey Barnes, definitely. Murphy might be on the way out because of Elanga, I don't know. But yeah, Newcastle I think have Champions League football, so definitely will be interesting to see on that. Man City, it was very hard here. Top four is very hard for me to say. Even though Liverpool broke the market on the most spent of any team. It's crazy. Usually it's Chelsea, Arsenal, City spending, but we finally did it. Big up to FSG, big up to, of course, Marco Edwards and Paul Hughes. Indeed. Definitely looking great. Except we lost Diaz. Now we'll have to most likely play Gakpo or Dominic Szoboszlai on the left. So, and Jota. Let's not talk about Jota. I'm still upset about it. So yeah, so Man City. I'm skeptical. I'm very, very skeptical about the season. Prove me wrong, City. As much as I don't like City, but as a rival fan indeed, but definitely City signed my Frenchman Ryan Cherky, definitely gonna look good. But without De Bruyne, and will they keep Rodri fit for a full 38 games season? Will be left to be seen. Reinders have to prove his worth alongside Rodri. And then you still have Bernardo Silva, Foden, Marmouche, Haaland will get a lot of assistance by Cherky. I can promise you that. My Frenchman is definitely a crossing specialist. Definitely very, very good. Despite not winning the Club World Cup and making it far, but yeah, so Ain't Nori is another promising gem they have. But Ederson, I don't know. Ederson's on his way out. And I think they have James Trafford. But we will see how City do. For now, I'll put them fourth. Chelsea. Chelsea. They keep doing well in business, man. Gerald Hato. I think from Feyenoord, if I'm not mistaken. So, definitely very good. And João Pedro, definitely another gem. Showing his class in the Club World Cup final. As much as I hate it, how they so easily dismantled that PSG defense, especially with no Pacho, no Brado, I think it was. As you know, no Lucas Hernandez, pardon me. And yeah, it's just, yeah, Cole Palmer in finals, man. It's just something else. Cole Palmer show for Chelsea. João Pedro looked good. Got rid of the deadwood João Felix and Madueke. Will they even be selling Nicholas Jackson? Left to be seen. Bigger Liam Delap did score a couple goals, but I think Jackson is definitely the type of player that's fast and definitely maybe good backup for João Pedro, who's I think Chelsea's number 9 at the moment. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Oh, I'm running out of breath. I'll try to wrap up this video. So, Arsenal next. Arsenal finally signed a striker, Victor Gyökeres. Will it be the solution? And Madueke? Left to be seen. Haven't seen much of Gyökeres in preseason yet, and yeah, so Arsenal just lost twice in the back-to-back in the preseason as well. No excuses, even if one of the games weren't even a North London derby that wasn't even held at the Emirates. But yeah, Arsenal still have their issues. But I think the midfield is pretty stacked, let's be honest. One of the best midfielders compared to Liverpool as well. And City. And even Chelsea. So yeah, Declan Rice, Zubamendi, Miko Marino, Odegaard. That's a pretty good midfield, let's be honest. Thomas Partey probably leaving. So yeah, let's see what they do. They have to keep their defenders fit, Arsenal. That's what they need. And the attack has to do the business, clicking all the goals. Maybe you'll see, yes, Saka, Trossard, Gyökeres, or Saka, Martinelli, Gyökeres up top. Lots of options there. Havertz as well, let's not forget. Will this finally be the season Arsenal wins the Premier League? I really can't say. I can't bet on it. We'll have to, when the season starts, midway through the season, we'll have a serious talk, possibly. If they get like 15 points out of 5 games, we'll have to see. Liverpool, Arne Slot, man. How would I expect you to come into the Premier League and transform this team left behind by Klopp with a lot of talent already and win the Premier League on your first season? I think 5th or 6th manager to do so in the Premier League. Impressive by Arne Slot. If you want to win trophy, you have to spend big. We spent big. Oh man, we finally spent the money. Wow. Florian Wirtz. Basically 180 million. Crazy. Crazy how we have the money to spend on him. Ekitike, close to 100, I think. Was it 100 or 110? Forget. A little overpriced for my Frenchman, in my opinion. Had a good, okay spell at PSG. Did well at the Bundesliga, of course. We're just farming the Bundesliga talent. We're the Bundesliga of the Premier League. Seriously. Dominic Szoboszlai, Leipzig. Florian Wirtz, Leverkusen. Frimpong, Leverkusen. See what I mean? Ibrahima Konate, Leipzig. See what I mean? So the list goes on, but if we get a center back and a DM, the Premier League is pretty much secured. I'm confident in my team. This business is not to play around with. It's to build a future for the next 5-10 years. That's what this club's trying to do. We want to be a dominant force yet again, like in the 90s, the 80s, or the 70s. So definitely, Liverpool means business. Liverpool, the team to beat yet again. I'm happy. Yeah, so that's about wraps up this video. About over 20 minutes. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Notification bell on. On the road to 50. First 50 before I can live stream again. Peace out. Steve Squad signing out. Peace.